Beautiful sister. So I just wanted to come on and share my heart field with you to invite you to a special ceremony that I'm holding this Sunday on February 16th to liberate you and to help you unburden your heart and all of the heartbreak, pain, and any type of self-hatred or self damaging, abusive energy that is in your heart, anything that is not supportive for you to carry any longer. And as I was writing the ceremony description out, Christ just really invited me to come on camera raw and to just share a little bit about the ceremony, to invite you and feel into if this is something that would be supportive for you in your journey right now. So when we're holding hate or anger or frustration in our heart that is deeply seated, this can create a lot of pain and suffering in the heart. And oftentimes, those are connected to aspects of the self that have been abandoned and have been burdened by living life here on planet Earth through different traumas, through different experiences, through childhood, throughout your life. And when these burdens continue to remain in your heart, it will close your heart off and essentially take you away from receiving God's love in your heart. And what can happen in these situations is that all of the fractured, or you can think of them as like shards of glass, these parts that are here in the heart that are holding on to this anger, to this damaging way of experiencing yourself and others through the lens of trauma, this can really create a lot of pain and suffering in your field. And so, through this experience, through this healing ceremony, you're going to be given the opportunity to unburden your heart to Christ and to allow Christ to really liberate you and to liberate all of these parts of you that have been kept in the heart. So if you're harboring any kind of resentment or anger or deep frustration, sorrow or grief, any type of heartbreak, this ceremony is going to really allow you to connect in with Jesus Christ and to really allow Him, the true living Christ and the Christ field, to liberate your heart from this pain and from this suffering, to really allow God to come into your heart and restore your heart. And so this is a process that I've been going through deeply over the last few weeks. And I received the call to offer this as an experience on a sliding scale basis for anyone who is really feeling the deep desire to know God, to know Jesus, to know Christ outside of religion and outside of any type of organizational structure, but really to connect into the Christ field of miracles, because that is the energy of the Christ field. It is miraculous healing, and what a relationship with Christ can do for you, for your healing, for your family, for all areas of your life it's unmatched to anything out there. And so I am in deep devotion and reverence to Christ and what Jesus has been supporting me in, and going into the deepest layers of my heart where I have been holding on to these pains that I didn't even know were in there, that I didn't even know were affecting me so deeply. But through a series of events, unlocking this and God giving me the space and the support through my beloved partner who has held space for me through this, to be able to really see and to understand the extensive amount of anti-life, anti-Christ implanting in the heart to shut the heart down through these types of traumatic experiences that allow the anger and the resentment and the sadness to build and to remain buried. And really, what Christ has shown me is that the way to truly free your heart and to liberate your heart and to be able to come into deeper love with yourself is to really unburden these things to God, and to also take that responsibility of, I'm ready to release this. I'm choosing to allow God to come into my heart and to fill me up with love and to give love to those aspects of myself that I haven't been able to love in this way because the pain was too deep, because it was just too much of an edge. And so I'm going to be holding a ceremony that's guided by Christ. And I'm just wanting to share a little bit of it with you here so you can feel into if it's something that you'd like to participate in with us. And this ceremony is really going to be a place for you to surrender more deeply into your relationship with God's source, with the Christ, and honestly with the masculine, and to really allow the masculine to support you in your feminine healing experience. So in this ceremony, which I'm just looking at my notes here, this is going to be a part healing transmission and a part of a shamanic fieldwork session, right? Where I do a group healing. And if you've been to my other ceremonies and experiences, you kind of have the feel for it. But if this is your first time, what I'll typically do is we open up the space with prayer. We go through a healing transmission. In this case, Jesus will be guiding the experience of what is in the most highest alignment for us to receive in this ceremony. And me as the feminine Christ oracle will receive, bring through, and then we'll move into the fieldwork session where we will be focusing on the heart. And so in this ceremony, I'm going to teach you how to connect with Jesus and the 12D Christ energy field, which is the field of miracles. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And also we're going to go into exploring why building an authentic relationship with Jesus is truly foundational for your ascension path, for your healing path, and how bringing him deeper into your life right now, especially, is going to be something that really supports you in all areas of your life, and really allowing him to come into your heart and to show you where your blind spots are and where these deeper layers of trauma and unprecedented experiences that you've been holding on to are taking up space from allowing God's love into your heart. As cliche as that sounds, this is really a heart healing experience that will liberate you through the Christ. And so the group fieldwork session, when we move into that, you're going to have the opportunity as we connect with Christ to unburden your heart to Christ and really have that release and release any heartbreak that you might be feeling. You might not even know what it is. You don't need to know. You can just give it over in this space. The space is going to hold you. The field is going to hold you. And then I'm going to begin to facilitate field work to release you from the bondage. This is spiritual bondage release, where we're going to go through and release any type of spiritual bondage that's connected to hatred, any spirits of hate, any spirits of self-hatred or self-damaging spirits that lead to self-abuse or abuse of others. And also, we're going to remove any anti-life and any anti-Christ implants in the heart that are taking you away from God's love. And we're going to restore the heart. We're going to restore the heart field with the light of Christ. And this is also going to be a light body activation and healing to restore self-love, acceptance, and peace through Christ. So this is really a release for your heart. And if you are anything like me, as an empathic, sensitive, devotional woman who's on this path, you don't only feel heartbreak for yourself, you feel the heartbreak of humanity, of others in your life. And this can be very wearing. It can be very, very deep for the heart to feel. And it can be really burdensome, especially if you're a woman who holds space for others. It can wear on the heart. So this is going to be a rejuvenation of the heart. This is going to restore you, and it's going to bring you into a deeper level of peace in your relationship with God, with yourself. And you can think of all of the aspects of you that don't feel fully worthy of this love or fully worthy of receiving God's provision through the Holy Father, the Heavenly Father, through Christ. This is what we're going to focus on healing. So your feminine heart and your feminine spirit can open up and soften even more deeply into the loving arms of the Father, of Christ. And Jesus is really here to support us in this. So it's honestly something that is going to be incredibly miraculous and transformational for you, for your heart. And so if you're feeling resonance with this, if it feels like a full body yes, if you know that you are deeply ready to unburden and take responsibility for your life and for allowing God more deeply into your heart and to release the pain and anything that has been cutting you off from knowing yourself even more deeply. This ceremony is going to be a space for you to release and to really deepen your relationship with the Christ. So this is going to be held on Sunday, February 16th, this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. There will be a recording. So if you sign up, you will get lifetime access to the recording. And this is on a sliding scale basis. So what that means is there's going to be a range and you can choose what amount that you would like to contribute wherever you are at in your journey. This is what we're going to be moving through in the sliding scale. So the sliding scale offering is going to be from $11 to $44. So you can give in any range that feels good to you, or if you want to give more, that really supports me in the work that I'm doing and holding for the collective, for the feminine Christ. And so if you're in a place to give more, thank you so much. That allows others who aren't in a space right now to give more to be able to come in and receive this ceremony and to receive this healing. So if this resonates with you, please send me a DM. I would love for you to be there and receive this healing. And if you know of someone who you feel would benefit from this healing, from this experience, please share it and allow them to feel the resonance. And this is going to be a really special ceremony. I'm deeply honored and excited to hold it. It feels like there's going to be a beautiful wave of restoration coming in. So thank you so much. I send my love and blessings to you, and I hope to see you on Sunday. And if you can't join live, like I said, there will be a recording and you receive lifetime access to the recording. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you then. Blessings, sister.